There I go. I popped into screen automatically. Hello, boys and girls and children of all ages. Fat Bash Wannabe Buddha coming at you. As you can see in the background, I got my comic book logos and everything that I made a long time ago, hoping that my little brother would be doing comic book reviews with me, but sadly, he ain't going to do it. So that's the way life works out. Very sorry I haven't done one of these updates in recent times. I try to do a lot of the Hearthstone Let's Plays. I will probably do a couple more of the Hearthstone Let's Plays. What happened is I got addicted to Reddit hits, and I was getting a lot of hits with Reddit, and then I would constantly get shadowed banned. So I did that for a while and get my numbers goosed up, and then I got very frustrated with it because hey, I constantly got banned because they don't like my content, it seems. It seems that I don't belong to the world of nerds, which is okay. Anyway, I'm coming today to basically talk about a couple issues that, here, let's see if we can pop them into the screen. There we go. I think it popped up in there. Let me check. Let me minimize this screen. Yes, it is. It's in the screen. This is amazing. I can watch 2 or 3 things at once. But right now, I got some things. I was listening to the Majority Report, which is a Sam Cedar program, which I highly recommend to everybody. I will go back to listening to that after I get done with this. So what I was going to talk about today, let me pop this into the main screen so I can see better, is this commercial right here that I found absolutely fascinating. Then I will go into some Fox News coverage that's in the raw story, and then one of the articles that I find very interesting. Let's go through this real quick. It's basically a commercial for Cadillac. Let's make it full screen. I know you can't do this. It works for me. It doesn't work for y'all. But let's push the little play button.
Work so hard? For what? For this? For stuff? Other countries, they work, they stroll home, they stop by the cafe, they take August off. Off. Why aren't you like that? Why aren't we like that?
Wonder why?
Because we're crazy, driven, hard-working believers, that's why.
That's right.
Those other countries think we're nuts.
Whatever. No, whatever.
The Wright brothers insane, Bill Gates, Les Paul, Ali. Were we nuts when we pointed to the moon? That's right. We went up there, and you know what we got? Bored.
That's right.
We left.
We
got
left.
A car up there, left the keys in it. Do you know why? Because we're the only ones going back up there, that's why.
That's why.
But I digress. It's pretty simple. You work hard, you create your own luck, and you gotta believe anything is possible.
I just love that portion of it right there when he unplugs the car. Right there so that you know that the left wing itself has fully been absorbed into the ideology of American exceptionalism, of continuous growth, of expanding horizons over and over, that you can never have too much junk. This self-absorbed, narcissistic, vulgar display that we call an American lifestyle. Right there, even the left. See, watch it. He unplugs it because he cares about the environment. He's no longer driving that big giant gas hog of an SUV. He's driving a fuel-efficient Cadillac and living in, you know, what, a 6,000, 7,000 square foot under air mansion. Yeah, boys and girls, that right there epitomizes the left in this country. Right there. Unplugging a Cadillac and talking about American exceptionalism and how we got to have more. We got to have more and more and more. Look at that.
For all the stuff, that's the upside of only taking 2 weeks off in August.
That's right. That's right, boys and girls. The reason we only take two days off in the summer is so that we can have more junk. Not so we can spend time with our families and maybe read or write or draw or actually learn some other skills in life or develop better as human beings. No, Lord, no. We need more stuff. More stuff. I just look, and for the life of me, I truthfully can't figure out if that is just an absolute satire by some commies that infiltrated the Cadillac advertising board. It seems like it really is. That seems like an absolute con pit over by a big, large-scale developer. But to each their own. The next article I was going to go over with is this story right here. Is Fox News guest tells Hannity overfed blacks use food stamp as a fat pill. Yeah. See, Hannity was running this little clip that O'Reilly did of this surfer. I love this little surfer. This is what welfare people look like. because they don't want to do the
All right, let's move on. All
stereotypical
right, so we've
welfare
got
people.
Jesse Waters is out there, meets a surfer guy who's living on welfare and eating lobster. Life's good. Watch this.
Watch this.
Do you understand why people may not agree with your situation?
Just because my job's a little cooler than your job, and I think people are a little bit more jealous than anything. I think the food stamps give me an opportunity to focus more on a career. You can't really survive on a minimum wage job. I mean, these places are expensive.
Do you think you taking food stamps is contributing to that debt? Because it is.
Wait,
That's right. This surfer right here is contributing to our debt. He's our problems, not $5 trillion that we blew on a war. No, not a tax policy that reshuffled the deck in order to make sure that most of the taxes fall on labor and very few of the taxes fall on capital. No, this con man right here is where all your anger and resentment and rage should be directed to it. But oh, no. This gentleman right here said that's wrong. That's wrong for Hannity to portray that as the person on welfare, because we all know the real people on welfare. Well, let's watch the clip. Let's see who the real people are on welfare.
I don't feel like.
Let's get past, you know, Mr. Ridgemont High. Come on, let's go a little past.
But it's more palatable to use this surfer than it is to use people who. But it's more palatable to use this surfer than it is to use people who really represent the problem here, and it's not surfer guys.
We always forget that it's somebody else's money, too. I mean,
somebody else's money. It's always somebody else's money.
He seems to act like, well, the government is providing it to me, so I can practice my music. Yeah, that's my money. That's your money. That's someone else's money. There is no government
I see an
money.
able-bodied guy that doesn't 29 years old that ought to be working.
Why?
Capable, young guy.
The government's all too prepared to help 47 million Americans on food stamps. Should he be working?
Every single program that is out there, you're going to find someone who is gaming the system. Yes,
Who cares?
Sean, he should be working. He's despicable. But we cannot demonize food stamps and the children who are depending on.
That's right. Let's demonize them. That's right. The poor are fat, just like me. That's right. No sympathy for the poor.
I'd love to meet one. I can't talk to them. They're too big. They can't get off their
You're
chair.
slightly privileged, I would think, that you're not coming in contact with people who are hungry.
Have you ever
It
seen a
exists in
skinny,
America.
poor American child?
Well, you're going to put it to the abuse
Obesity
system.
See, I love that little clip right there, the little smug guy that used to be a thing from on Vice. And it's not that he generally wants it. What his main talking point was about, hey, it's the black Dominicans in New York that were abusing food stamp and sending the money back on the food stamp, the food that they bought back to the Dominican. And basically, you know, it's the blacks. It's those people, the other, whoever it is. Most people think this is basically just a little dog whistle that's out there for us to hate certain groups of individually, namely blacks and Hispanics and whoever the outcast is of the time. But actually, I think there's something else going on here. The purpose of this constant haranguing about food stamps and the hatred of the poor and all this other stuff is to break down empathy. That's what its purpose is. Its main purpose is to drive as many wedges into the fabric of this civil society as you possibly can, because what is happening is an ungodly amount of this inequality in the society. And it's not getting better. And the reason it isn't getting better is a multifold. And one of the reasons I highly recommend this article right here, How Capitalists Learn to Stop Worrying and Love the Crisis, which I hopefully will link to it, and I highly recommend everybody read it or at least skim through it, because it does go over. Because capitalists are paying at a different game than the average individual worker. They just fundamentally are. Their job is power based. It's not money. Economics, whether you like it or not, is a zero-sum game. For every person's gain is another person's loss. Now, a lot of people, especially the libertarian and the capitalist variety, is going to have these win-win situations. It doesn't work that way in a capitalist society. It just doesn't. It is a zero-sum game. If somebody has money, somebody else doesn't have that money, doesn't have access to that money, cannot use that money in order to purchase whatever it is they want because they don't have access to that money. It is a finite supply. But see, capitalists are playing a different game than the rest of us. They're playing a power game. And one of the best quotes actually comes sort of towards the end of this whole nice little piece article. And let me go to it down here, way down here. Redistribution, by definition, and this is what's going on. There is a redistribution campaign going on in this American society, and it's namely a redistribution from the laboring classes, all laboring classes. And that's one of the things a lot of white-collar people have not figured out in their life. If you're told when to show up and when to leave and when to take your breaks, and you have very limited say in how your job is to be performed, it's irrelevant that you get to call the store manager or the owner of the company Bob or Bill or Rick or whatever his name is. That doesn't mean you're part of the system. You're not part of the game. You are a worker. You will always be a worker, and you're not part of the middle class. So anyway, there's a campaign about those who actually produce wealth or contribute to the production of wealth, and they're shifting that money over to the rent-seeking classes, those who speculate and play around with capital. So there is a redistribution going on. But let's go to the article real quick, and they make a great point. Redistribution, by definition, is a zero-sum game. The relative gains of one group are the relative losses of another. However, in capitalism, the end goals of those struggling to redistribute income and assets can differ greatly. Workers, the self-employed, and those who are out of work seeking to increase their share in order to augment their well-being. That's right. You know, when you go out there and you work, you're just trying to get a little bit more money so you can have a little bit more and get more stuff like the Cadillac commercial wants you to do. You go out there and you work and work and work and work and you try to get more stuff. That's what the average Joe is doing in this system. Capitalists, though, they're a little bit different. Capitalists, by contrast, fight for power. Contrary to the other groups in society, capitalists are indifferent to real magnitudes. They don't really care as long as they get the greater control of who makes the decisions. That's the purpose of capitalism. They don't care about the squanders of the wealth, of the pie itself. Driven by power, they gauge their success not in absolute units of utility, but different pecuniary terms relative to one another. Moreover, and crucially, their differential performance read power depends on the extent to which they can strategically sabotage the very groups they seek to outperform. In this way, rising unemployment, which hammers the well-being of workers, unincorporated businesses, and unemployed, serve to boost the overall incomes of the capitalists, and the employment growth decelerates the income share of the top 1%, which include the capitalists as well as their protective power belt, soars. Under these circumstances, what reasons do capitalists have to get the overall economy going? Absolutely none. Zero. Nada. They're playing a different game than most people are. Most people are going out there just trying to fight and scrap and hopefully drive the stupid Cadillac. But the guys who actually run the system are making sure that all the decisions and the power is concentrated in fewer and fewer and fewer hands. And they have stopped buying off the lower classes. They no longer need to buy off the lower classes. They have switched their little agenda, and they basically believe they can use a stick to control people. And maybe Gould is right, that you can hire half the working class to basically kill the other half of the working class. I think he's right, because if you watch and if you listen, you hear the dog whistles getting louder and louder. They're basically sirens now, and we're basically being turned on upon each other because, hey, I think the capitalists have realized the dark secret. The people that are running the show know that the problem is wealth inequality, that the system is not going to get better. It's not designed to get better. It's only going to get worse and worse. As long as there is massive inequality in this society, you're not going to have productive gains in the economy itself. You're just not. We're going to have stagnation as far as the eye can see, and no one really cares who that matters. They don't care about that. They have theirs. They have their power. They're separated. They live in Richistan. They no longer are part of this community. They are a separate society. Now they will keep us fighting amongst ourselves because they definitely don't want us to turn our attention upon them. Oh, no, 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 no. We can't do that. And that's why you hear the dog sirens out there. And the reason you have those people like that guy from Vice magazine and the Sean Hannitys and the Glenn Becks and everything else. Yes, they're out there to sow derision and everything else and play race and everything else and set the people at it. But under the underlying thing that they're doing more than that, in my opinion, is they're destroying empathy. They're cementing the grounds in which if you destroy empathy, more so than just the tribalism that they're stirring up. If you destroy empathy, there is absolutely no way to go forward in society. And they've successfully done that. But maybe I'm biased. I have exactly to my name at this very moment $1.82. That's how much money I have in the bank and on my person in total. I have enough gas to get me to work tomorrow. I will bum food off people at work tomorrow. I will come home and wait till 12 o'clock midnight, Friday night, Friday morning, however you wish to phrase it, for my check to be deposited so I can pay for my insurance and my light bill and then be down to a couple of $100. It's got to see me through to the next 2 weeks. And I get to get food and gas and pay other bills like cable, my phone bill. Unfortunately, I will be late for the mortgage, my rent payment this month. I don't have a mortgage. I lost a house. I rent now. I will be late, so I will pay a penalty because I am late. My landlord will be understandable. They're very nice to me, a very nice Catholic family. So they'll be sympathetic to me, but still, I will pay a penalty. And I will pay a penalty for being late for my car insurance, and I will pay a penalty for being late with my phone payment. And I would dig myself deeper and deeper into a hole in which I will never escape. Effectively controlled me. They got me, beat me. I have limited opportunity way out. I can tell my fellow people what I think, but I'm a glaring example of what happens to you if you stray off the path just a little. Don't go along to get along. If you're not if you're not a sycophant, stray just a little. Show just a little independence. They'll grind you into there and make sure you to the people keep them in line. And then they'll slowly beat you into submission. And they'll keep you drunk and sedated with TV, sex, dog whistles, whatever it takes. Each person has their own little vice. Anyway, this is the Fat Basher Wannabe Buddha coming at you. Hope somebody got something out of that. I'm sorry it's depressing and everything else, but I'm not in the blessed mood. I'm Pope. Have a good day, everybody. Please like, on favorite, and comment. Thank you.